It's July 13th, 2021, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, and this week, I know what day it is. Pope Francis will spend the week at a Rome hospital where he's recovering from intestinal surgery. To honor the Pope's persona as a humble man, not interested in life's riches, hospital administrators will treat him like any other patient by giving him a seven-figure bill that will drive him into bankruptcy. Friday, at a high school in Skokie, Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a bill making Illinois the first state to teach Asian American history in public schools. Pritzker then spent the next 30 minutes explaining to Illinois teachers that showing Godzilla movies to students does not count as Asian American history. Tennessee will pay tourists $250 to come visit the state. Not to be outdone, New York is giving away free copies of Andrew Cuomo's COVID leadership book, signed with the blood of dead nursing home patients. In Euro 2020 action, Queen Elizabeth II sent a personal letter to England team manager Gareth Southgate, wishing him luck in the finals match with Italy. Boy, Queenie doesn't miss a beat, does she? Widowed for only 3 months, and she's already looking for some action. And if you missed it, the letter didn't work. Italy beat England 3-2 on penalties. You better practice for the World Cup next year, England. The Times Square shooter was described by neighbors after his arrest as, quote, a troublesome ass boy. Though one day, with rehabilitation, hopefully he can become an exemplary ass boy. Someone paid just over $1.5 million for an unopened copy of Nintendo's Super Mario 64. Now, if this makes you think that your old electronics are worth big bucks at an auction, think again. Because I have yet to find anyone who wants this old GPS Coca-Cola can from my pre-Sketchworks corporate days. You can win, but you can't hide. And you have to press the button, Al. The dress Judy Garland wore in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz, thought long lost, was discovered at a university in Washington, D.C. As a reward, D.C. is asking for statehood. A woman in Michigan set a record at her local bar by eating 50 chili dogs in 22 minutes. Her funeral will be held this weekend. Tropical storm Elsa is now just a memory and the subject of too many Frozen references. Sorry, I never saw it. Sketchworks NewsBrake correspondent Tim Millard went on vacation and just so happened to be in Elsa's path.
No sunset here, just a lot of wind. A lot of wind left over from what was Tropical Storm Elsa as it passed over the North Carolina coast. This is the kind of breeze that would feel good blowing through your hair. Not that I know what that feels like. I haven't felt that in 20 years. I gotta say, it feels invigorating. It's also a depressing reminder about male power baldness. For Sketchworks NewsBrake, I'm Tim Millard.
Thank you, Tim, for being able to experience what I experience every day. This is all just a carefully constructed facade. Scientists are baffled at the mysterious illness killing songbirds across the United States. Though coming out of mating season, it's likely bird syphilis. Last month is being called the hottest June on record. Now, I disagree. I think actress June Diane Raphael is the hottest June on record. In Lower Manhattan, a homeless man randomly slapped a cyclist who was passing by. So, Mr. Homeless Man, if you're watching this program, on behalf of everyone, thank you. a man demolishing the back landing of his home in Michigan made a surprising discovery under the stairs: 160 bowling balls. Which is weird because he found 159 murdered bowlers buried under his house. So, where did this extra ball come from? It's a mystery! We'd like to take a moment to thank our Patreon supporters. Well, our Patreon supporter. Thank you, Susan Scher. Next week, we will be debuting a brand new weekly Sketchworks NewsBrake feature that will only be available to Patreon supporters. You don't want to miss out? You got that FOMO? Well then, head on over to our Patreon and help us keep cranking out the funny fake news each week. After week. After week. You see, back in 2004, we did this contest where if you found one of these cans in your Coca-Cola 12-pack, you just push this button and it would activate the GPS receiver inside and activate the cell phone inside. And the prize patrol would track you and give you a new car or some other fantastic prize. Turns out a lot of people who live in crack dens drink Coke. And it turns out the military didn't want any Cokes on their base because they thought GPS was a security issue. And now it's in everyone's phone. A 6-year-old girl in Brooklyn was shoved off and robbed of her e-scooter last week. The suspect was described as a male in his 20s, wearing a dark gray shirt, driving a scooter. Britney Spears' naked selfie of her in a bathroom, apparently getting ready for a bath, has some people questioning her mental health. Now, I would have questioned her mental health if she got in the tub with her clothes on, because I am a traditionalist. I prefer to be naked when I take a bath. With your mom. Wednesday, Jeremy Fortner set a Virginia state record when he landed a 3-pound, 9-ounce goldfish. Catching the goldfish only took a few minutes. Flushing the goldfish down the toilet took over an hour. A woman in Australia tragically died after getting stuck in a donation bin. She misunderstood what was meant by organ donor. Google CEO Sundar Pichai is being criticized for being too nice. Hey Pichai, you run the world's largest internet search engine. Time to be a jerk like all the other tech CEOs. You think being nice means you're better than me? Too nice. And that's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Tell your mom to start the bathwater. I know where she is.
Thank you, Julie's mom.
Thank you, Julie's mom.